5 mistakes I made my first year as an entrepreneur. Guys, this is Eric Ho here on this beautiful day, and I want to share with you these 5 crucial things to avoid if you're just starting out in your business, or maybe you've been in business for a while and you're trying to figure out, how to generate more income, how to make it more successful. I was a big fan of Richard Branson for a while, hence that's why now I love this whole thing about like an island thing and being able to live and own a yacht and all that type of lifestyle, because I've always growing up looked at people with that lifestyle entrepreneur route and thought, it's really nice to be able to do that. And not until recently, I say recently, the past say 6-7 years, have I actually been able to achieve this type of thing, And for some of you, it may be supercars, you may be into a lot of Lamborghinis, Ferraris, that type of stuff. And this is what I was into a few years back, but now it's more into yachts and lifestyle living, not so much the fuel, high fuel consumption stuff, polluting the air and stuff. And there's a few crucial points that I want to share with you here. The first one being this: put your eggs in one basket. Now, what does this mean? I mean, being a big fan of Richard Branson, I used to always think, okay, I want to set up multiple companies, all in different industries and with different products and different services, and I wanted to do it all straight away. And you might have heard the saying when people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? But I believe that game is not for people who are just starting out in business to play. It's for people who already are super successful, have a lot of wealth, have a lot of money in their bank account, to start playing that game of investment and investing in different ideas and stuff. Because if you track back to all the most successful entrepreneurs out there, when they first started, they all invested in one thing. They put all their focus into one thing, because understand one thing, my friends, that when what you focus on expands, the moment you divert your focus, your attention, your energy, your money is also put in different places. And when you do that, when you're just starting out, it could be quite dangerous, because it takes a lot to actually get a business working and building those solid foundations before you can start diversifying. So instead, I would say, put all your eggs in one basket. The second thing I would say is learn to manage your money most effectively. Look at it this way, because most people, when we're growing up, what happens is we're brought up in a society where it doesn't teach us much about money. What does it teach us? It teaches us more to do with how to make money and how to spend money. It doesn't teach us anything about saving money. It doesn't teach us anything about investing money. Actually, it teaches us some things about saving money, but it's like save money so that we can spend the money, right? I'm just gonna head in here because it's actually quite hot outside today. I'll show you a little bit maybe around the house. This is the studio here. Some of you may have seen in some of my live videos and stuff. And you can see here we actually have the shark for Shark Tank. Those of you who don't know, I've been asked to be a shark on Shark Tank. If you maybe watched the Dragon's Den version, this is like the US version. They asked me to do that because they know I like investing in businesses. And so anyway, back to investing. What I think is that we need to know how to organize our money effectively. So in a way where we're not just making money and spending money. What I find is that a lot of people take the way they manage their money personally and take that into business. So let's say you get a higher turnover. A lot of people will be thinking, okay, now let's rent an office. Let's hire more people. Let's put more money out in marketing. And then they start putting as much money out as much as money is coming in. And it's because they don't know how to manage their money effectively. And the best way is to actually know how to actually put in percentages these different pots. So for example, let's say you get 100K come in, right? With 100K that comes in, you need to know how to put, let's say, 20% into marketing, into further growth for your business. You need to know how to put some money into security for just in case, right? You always put at least 10% there just in case. You need to be able to put some different money in different pots, and as long as you know how to organize it that way, what you do in a money management system is two things, right? The first thing is that you have a pot where It goes into investments where money can work for you, okay? The second part of the money management system is that you always protect the downside. So you don't allow it to drop to zero, so you always have a buffer there, okay? So these are my 2 keys within money management system. If you like this money management stuff, just drop a comment below maybe, and I'll create another video specifically to do with that, because I can talk all day long about that stuff, right? So that's the second thing, you know how to manage your money effectively, because when I was starting out, I didn't have a clue, you know. I made loads of money. I bought loads of, I bought Aston Martins and yachts and houses on the water and just everything for that is a liability, not so much an asset, you know. So start investing in assets instead. The third thing is actually that I let ego get to me. And ego is one of those things, you know, it can fuel you to a certain extent, and I believe that it's needed for a lot of people in their journey, you know, when just starting out. But I believe that, you know, the moment you can stop allowing that success and the money that's coming in get to your head, because ego can be a bitch, you know. I found that within my journey when I first started out, it was all about, you know, I got all that success and I had that need to show it all off, but then, you know, what you find is that the moment you feel you've got control, and this is a little bit on the spiritual side, I guess, if you believe in the principles of the universe, is that I believe that the moment you feel you've got control, you have no control. And so we always need to allow instead, just be humble, stay humble, you know, in that sense anyway. And so don't let it get to your head. The third thing was ego. That kind of got to me. The fourth thing is don't feel that you've made it. And what does that mean? It means yes, you have to celebrate all wins. I believe that, you know, when you've done something great, then celebrate. But aside from that is don't let it. Don't think you already know it all, because the moment you think you know it all, what you do is you block your mind from learning anymore. You stop yourself from growing. You stop yourself from expanding. And you know, they say that if you're not growing, you're dying. You know, every day that passes by, we can't get back. You know, every time is our greatest asset. So how do we constantly grow? I think is very, very important. So don't think you know it all. Keep your mind open and learn to be students all of your life. You know, this is something that I didn't know at the beginning, so it caused a bit of chaos. The final thing, the fifth thing I want to share with you is something that's very close to my heart. Is take whatever you're creating, you know, take a percentage of that and give it away, pay it forward, put it towards some other communities who need it right now. I believe this whole principle of sowing and reaping. I believe this whole giving and receiving. That's just the laws of the universe, whether you believe it or not. You know, you put something out there, you get it back. You don't believe me? Smile at someone, they smile back. You know, it's just how things work. And so, one thing that, you know, I didn't know at first, because I let money get to my head, and that's why I was buying so many materials and all that. But then I fell into deep depression when I was 24. You know, so because you start losing, you know, who you are, what living is really about. And why are we even doing this in the first place? We need a greater why. And I believe that one of the biggest human needs, according to human needs psychology, is the need to contribute, you know? I mean, think about it. How many times when you actually help somebody else, you're actually more happier than when you help yourself, right? Why does that happen? Is because we all have this need to contribute, and so satisfy that need, right? Go out there, contribute beyond yourself. Take 10% of everything that comes in. Don't think it's about money. Think about what good the money can do out there. You know, we put a charity out there. It's called H Giving. You can check it all out. I'm actually flying out there in a week as well, out to Kenya. And I've been doing that for 7 years now, you know, and prior to that, I was suffering from depression. I didn't know why I was doing what I was doing. But now today, that becomes my purpose and it becomes my driver. And ever since then, I've been able to achieve more and more and more in life. And the reason behind it is because I have a very strong purpose and that desire to help people, to make a difference to people's lives. So all I encourage you to do is, you know, whatever it is you're earning, to take 10%. And give it away, help people with it. And some of you will be thinking, but I haven't got that 10% to help. Then make more money, and then you have the 10%. And then you're thinking, but that 10% is insignificant. Let me tell you something, every little bit makes a difference, and this is all habits. Once you form these habits, it never changes, you know? The bigger you become, the more of a philanthropist you become, and the more people you can help out there. And so I just thought I'd share these 5 things with you, because most people who go into business these days, they think they're entrepreneurs, but they kind of just throw all their money into it, or lose all their money, lose all their savings. And you know, stats show that 90% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years, you know? That's the majority of people investing all their money. So I just want to leave you with that, guys, the 5 points. And if you've enjoyed this, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Comment below if you'd like to hear about anything else around entrepreneurship or inspiration, success. I'm always happy to, you know, put different strategies out there for you to I don't know, get inspired or take your results onto the next level, you know, because there's only so much you can do for yourself. But I believe that leaders create leaders, and once we can create, you know, just change the world together, make a difference out there. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Every week I do inspirational videos, and sometimes I do vlogs, and I'll keep you in line with your goals as well. And also next week I'm actually traveling out to Kenya, so I'll take you along there as well, and you can check out the work we do out there. Anyway, guys, have a blessed day. Remember to subscribe. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Ciao.